Hi everyone, welcome to Nerds on the Couch. I'm Kelly, and this is our special for the Retrocon, which is happening this weekend in Oaks, Pennsylvania. And I can't wait to take off to go meet quite the list of people who are going to be there. Growing up in the 80s, this is the con for you.
Well, it's Retrocon, so I'm so jealous that you get to go to that.
Oh yeah.
I think we'll start off with one of the guests that you all call our founder, Joel Hodgson. Well, he will only be there on Saturday, guys.
Oh, Joel.
Let me first. Well, let me say this: Joel Hodgson is Nerds on the Couch founder. He's our grandfather. He inspired us because he was the guy behind Mystery Science Theater 3000. And me and Chino have sat down on Saturdays and have watched that show so many times. Or Thanksgiving, we've had the Turkey Day marathons. Remember those?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I can't say they're pleasant memories because the movies are horrible. But on the other hand, you know, his commentary was great, so I have mixed feelings about it.
Hey, it was his.
Some of the movies are bad.
It was his commentary that helped us get through the Star Wars Christmas special.
No, it wasn't him. It was,
no, it wasn't his, was it?
No, it was Mike Nelson who replaced him.
Oh.
And the guy and the other two guys. So again, you're technically right. It was I think one was Bill Murphy, and I forgot the name of the other, but they played Crow and Tom Servo.
Yeah.
But yeah, those guys helped us through. Oh my God, the Star Wars Christmas.
So many.
You know my favorite memories from the movie, man, where that guy is in the plane and you know he's playing with the joystick and they're silent and they're like, what is he doing? Should he be doing that on the movie? Because that doesn't look great. You have to be there. You have to see it. That's terrible.
Let me tell you. Well, you know, it's hard to explain the humor, and it's sad because we've had a whole generation, like 2 generations, who don't know Mystery Science Theater 3000. I introduced my daughter to Mystery Science Theater 3000. She loves it. And on YouTube, I tell people, go to YouTube, search Mystery Science Theater 3000, and look at the short little clip, because they also did little snippets. And one was Springs, a whole and they talk about in the video, springs have so much value. Did you know they use them on guns? And the guys down there are like, a gun, you say? Really? Let's try it out.
Let's try one of those out.
Yeah, let's not forget they also have some episodes on Netflix. At least the last time I checked, they had some Mystery Science Theater, horrible episodes.
Well, they even have like.
How about that great one, Laser Blast?
Oh
That's
my
on
God!
Netflix. That's on Netflix.
I know it is. We saw it from Netflix. Remember Laser Blast?
And you know, let me make a quick correction. When I say horrible, I mean the movies they review is horrible. The show is great, but what you watch is going to be horrible. Okay.
Now I have to ask. Kelly, have you seen Mystery Science Theater 3000?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, good.
So
you got to cosplay as
I
Laser.
can't hear
Kelly,
your
you have to
question.
cosplay as Laser Blast.
I don't think so. I'm already working on 2015 cosplay outfits.
Okay, one of us has to go as Laser Blast. You know, like kind of like paint our faces like sort of green, make that prop police.
yeah, the gun.
Yeah, Orly, you got to make the gun, man.
I think I probably could. I just need to watch it again, unfortunately.
You know, we'd have to review it, and each of us picks a character from the worst ones we didn't like. You know, there's so much material there, dude. There is so much material.
Let's get back to Retrocon, because
Yeah.
he's not the only one there.
Okay.
All right, who we got next?
We have several people from the original G1 G.I. Joe coming, including
Yay!
one that I'm looking forward to. I haven't seen him since I was a little girl, and that's Sergeant Slaughter.
Oh my God.
That's right. That's right.
Awesome.
He is the big headliner.
What was
I
his
mean, I remember-
catchphrase? I can't remember.
What?
What was his catchphrase? I can't remember.
I don't think he ever had a catchphrase.
Really? Pencil
He-
Neck Geets wasn't him. It was somebody else.
His
Well, the only-
finisher was the Cobra Clutch.
Yeah, I remember that.
Right.
Yeah. And then,
I remember
but-
seeing him do that back in the '80s when I saw him in the arena in Dallas. I don't remember what year it was exactly. I remember I was like 13 at the time, 14.
and he's one of my favorite wrestlers. I mean, my wife can verify whenever I meet like one of my childhood wrestlers, I go nuts. I went nuts with Brutus Survivor Beefcake. And if I saw this guy, I would just freak out because he was so awesome. Not only is he a wrestling legend, he
But
was
also from the G1.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh no!
Oh, we're losing you.
No, she's back.
No.
No, every once in a while I'll lose you guys the voice, but not the picture.
Well, no, we lost for a
Yeah.
second.
You know,
you look like you're
Am I
about to
back?
sneeze, Kelly. You were like,
you know, but do
I'm that mysterious nerd that comes and goes.
Ooh, that's a good tag. But you know, getting back to
Yeah.
Sergeant Slaughter, you know, my favorite appearance of him was in the G.I. Joe movie. I think it
Yep.
was called the G.I. Joe movie. He was great in that movie. He was one of my favorite things of the whole thing. You know,
I still
Him and his crew.
quote it, dude. I'm still like, you know, Don Johnson was the voice of Lieutenant Falcon. He's like, you expect me to walk? Sergeant's like, no, I expect you to run, Megan.
Also, you know
Well,
what? The one of
He's
the
gonna
line.
be busy chasing some other voices. We have the Baroness, voiced by Morgan Lofting. She'll be there.
I like Baroness. I liked her voice in the
And-
show. I liked her character.
And we also have the voice of Zartan, Zach Hoffman. So that's going to be a really interesting panel on Sunday to go see. We
Well,
also
Let me throw this in because you got to bring this up, Kelly. I just saw it on the page. He was man-at-arms in the 1987 Masters of the Universe Power Tour. You got to find out what happened to the costume. I want the costume.
which costume was that?
He was
Man-at-arms.
man-at-arms.
Man of
He
Arms.
was
The
man-at-arms in the
Man-at-arms.
Power Tour.
I think I know some connections. I could probably find out who has it.
And we lost her again. Oh, there she is.
I told you, I'm the mysterious nerd.
No, you're the nerd with the bad connection.
Who freezes?
Careful, we're gonna have Tony Soprano come after you now.
You know it's jerseys. But that's not the only cartoon being represented this weekend. We also have Thundercats from the 1980s. Larry Kenny's going to be there.
Oh.
Paul Newman, the voice of Tigra.
Oh.
And Jerry Ann Ralph, who was Pumra. So we have three of the voices.
Pumara.
Yeah, Palmyra.
Myra.
Hey, I'm reading this off my phone because I'm already packed to leave for Pennsylvania.
Hey, we're nerds. Okay, we know Thundercats.
I know a lot about.
Don't we really?
Yeah.
I wish
Yeah.
they should more.
You
We
know.
know Thundercats, right, Orly?
Yes, we know Thundercats. You know what? The thing about Thundercats is, I wonder why it didn't go further than when it happened with that new single Cartoon Network. Damn you!
Well,
yeah,
you know
we're
who
talking
my
about
favorite
monkeys,
bad guy
aren't we?
was in Thundercats?
Oh, Chitara?
We'll
Monkeyin?
never know with Myra.
Oh, yeah.
Come on.
Monkeyin.
Oh, yeah. You know, when I go and make myself a banana cheese sandwich, I need to go ahead and watch my episodes of the Thundercats because it's so delicious. And you know what? I see my favorite monkey, monkeying. Oh, 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 oh yeah. Yeah, there you go.
Come on, that's his thing. Okay,
Oh man.
Oh,
come on.
His
see,
mother-
I know you
Kenny.
guys are ready. Now, I know you guys like bashing me with Star Wars, but we do have a lot of Star Trek people coming in.
Which is a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I love
Star Wars,
this is
Star
my
Trek as well.
thing. I grew up with Star Trek instead of Star Wars. But we also have Chase Morganson from DS9.
Masterson.
Masterson.
I said I'm reading this off my cell phone. I don't have the iPhone 5 or 6 with the big screen. I've got a little...
That bends in half.
Yeah, we met her previously. That's why we know her name. We met her.
Yeah. One, we love her. She was really awesome. She was here in El Paso a few years ago.
Very
And
lovely woman.
Very lovely, very nice. I mean, she was so nice to her fans, and she actually came early. Remember, guys? She stopped all over El Paso promoting the. It was the El Paso Comic Con back then when she came for it, and yeah, I remember she was all over town, like 2 days before the actual convention.
But we also have Chris Donahue from Star Trek Continues. Scotty.
It's Chris Doohan.
Look, if I make it too big on my screen, then the name's too big
Okay.
and blurry.
Chris Doohan, who's the son of Michael Doohan, he's the spitting image of his father. He is.
Amazingly, yes.
Yes, I thought I was looking at the original Scotty.
Yeah.
And let me ask you. I know you guys. I don't think I've asked you, Kelly. Have you seen Star Trek Continues?
No, I'm going to go through a marathon watching all of them tomorrow morning before I take off.
Yeah, because and for listeners, if you haven't seen Star Trek Continues, you really are missing out. There's 3 or 4 episodes, I think. There's a preview of one that they're coming out. I mean, they don't come out that fast because it takes time. This is fans who actually got together, and they're making new episodes of Star Trek. They're continuing. That's why it's called Star Trek Continues. And I have to give credit to these guys. It's homespun, it's homegrown, but they really captured the spirit of Star Trek.
Yep.
Yeah,
and I seen like the first episode. I haven't seen the rest of them, but it's just really fantastic what they're doing. I mean, the work that they're putting into it, the fact that you got the son of Scotty in it, and he looks just like his father. I mean, it's like, holy, oh my God, I'm watching Star Trek still, and this is a new episode.
You know, and one of my favorite things for me was that, you know, the Incredible Hulk came out in one of the episodes, so that was a good treat. I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, Lou Ferrigno was, I forgot what the green alien women were.
Orion.
Orion.
Orion, yeah.
Orion
He was
Slave.
yeah, Lou Ferrigno played an Orion male, and it's kind of a joke because he's painted green. And, they had some of the original. They actually had cameos by some of the original 1960s actors.
Yeah.
On the series. We saw Aaron Gray did a cameo in that episode.
Yeah.
And our friend Daniel Logan did a cameo in one of the episodes too. So it's really interesting to see who pops up in these episodes.
But we also have a few more people who will be there. Mr. Lobo, who is a horror film. He has a syndicated series. And he's been doing it for a good 10 years. Name of the series is Cinema Insomnia. And we have James Rolfe, who is from The Angry Video Game Nerd. It is a I believe it is a direct-to-video.
Somehow, I don't think he's going to be an Oscar contender.
He's gonna
I
try.
thought that was. Look, the best guest role is going to Pixel Dan for Oscars for his role in there. So, I mean, it is shaping up to be a really good weekend. Most of the people I mentioned will be there all weekend, except our founder. He's only there Saturday.
Yeah.
They have over 250 vendors this year. They will be having a cosplay contest, 80s trivia contest. They have ongoing retro games using the original NES systems and the original Sega.
Oh, that'd be fun.
That is.
I mean, it's kicking off tomorrow night with the pre-retro party. So
Hey.
it's going to be a really fun weekend.
When you think about NES, do you remember doing this?
Yeah.
Hey, isn't that the only way you can get those games to work?
You have to do it right.
Harmonica
Look at
time.
Ryan harmonica.
The starter pack of giving you a gun for Duck Hunt.
Here's my question. How do you have a pre-Retrocon? That just sounds weird to me.
Because
Pre-Retrocon.
the Retrocon is Saturday and Sunday, but Friday night they have the pre-Retrocon party at a local arcade.
Oh.
That's right.
Oh, an arcade. We don't even have those here anymore. Oh.
Oh my God, they're popping up like crazy. Adult arcades because they're serving booze while you turn around and scream at the games while plopping in your quarters.
David,
Hey, I want to sit down and watch. I want to sit down and play my Pac-Man while I'm waiting for my drinks, or while my drink is right there, and we'll see as we get more drunk how well we can play Pac-Man.
Oh, it's like me and Gina when we got drunk and played wrestling.
Oh.
That wrestling.
That was horrible, man. I remember that. I remember that one lady asking me a complicated question that took me like a minute to answer, you know? I just sat there like a dumbass, like,
What was it asking?
can I help you?
They probably asked him, "What is your name?"
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, you know what? I'd be happy if it was that. It wasn't even that. It was, can I help you? You know?
Oh, even worse.
Well, let me say this: that one, I would just love to do '80s trivia. But there's kind of a rule. Me and David don't compete against each other.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know,
God.
we did that Star Wars trivia one time.
And that
It
turned
almost
out
started a full. Yeah, it almost started a full-on boxing marathon.
It almost
That
turned
game
out.
took forever to play.
Yeah, I'm here on the side. I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah, I know. We finished it. It's like, oh, good. Somebody won. Good.
All right, finally.
Okay, I got 80s trivia here. I got a question. Now, we know how many G.I. Joe cartoons has there been?
Ooh, I'd say
I
maybe
believe there was only 3 seasons.
Yeah.
5.
Not seasons, I'm talking about
Yeah,
series.
but knowing the season's 20.
No, I'm talking
about
about series. I'm
65
talking
to
about G.I. Joe
95.
series.
Okay, Sigma
how many
6,
series?
Renegades.
Do it in order.
Current ones. Oh, dang, order. I'm not sure. Well, we got the Greatest American Hero, I think, was the first one.
That's a
You
TV
know,
show.
G.I. Joe. Yeah. Okay, the
Real American Hero.
Real American Heroes.
Yeah,
but
it's
you
Real
know, either
American
way,
Hero. That was
I hear
Retrocon.
they're. I did hear they're gonna remake that or reboot that or make a movie of the Greatest American Hero.
Yeah.
That's interesting. We'll cover that later. But yeah, the Real American Heroes was the first one.
Then you had
Sigma
Sigma 6.
6? Sigma 6, yeah.
No, there was one before that.
Valor, Venom versus Valor, was it that one?
No.
I thought
Oh,
Venom
yeah.
versus Valor came after Sigma 6.
Oh, maybe you're right.
Where did the movie
Okay,
come in?
so-
The movie was right after Real American Hero. That's
Yeah.
the one.
Yeah. So we're missing one. Now they have Renegades. That's later on.
Renegades was the latest.
Latest one, yeah.
And that
yeah,
was
that's it.
So you guys forgot G.I. Joe Extreme.
Extreme.
Well, that
And
tells
then-
you how good it was if we forgot
Yeah.
about it.
Nobody remembers it, but there was G.I. Joe Extreme. There was the Valor versus Venom. There was,
Which we said.
yeah, you guys got that one. And then the Sigma 6, and then the,
Which we said.
yeah. So you got those, but nobody remembers G.I. Joe Extreme.
Yeah, you know what? I'm blanking on that one completely. I don't remember. I think, you know what? I think we're missing one. Or was Extreme the one I'm thinking that we're missing? Because it had like a ninja guy that wasn't Snake Eyes. Was it that one? Because that might be it.
There's one with Jinx, I think. I don't know.
No,
Well,
that was the
That was a
original.
movie.
Yeah, if you want to count the movie, the first movie.
I'm out of this because I never followed it.
Well, again, too.
I followed it to a point.
Yeah, following that too. Who played Captain America in the '80s movie?
Oh, that's easy. Matt Salinger.
Yeah, nobody remembers. That's what's
Oh,
a few.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're the only one that remember that.
Well, it's funny, I mean, the '80s was, I would have loved to do the trivia. I would have loved to get involved in that because people joke about it, but the '80s was very influential. And people tend to forget how much of an impact it had on superheroes and the comics.
Well, if you want to go back there, there's a perfect book for you, anybody to go ahead and read. That being Ready Player One.
Yeah, Ready Player One.
That is a
You
good
know, do you guys remember the Super Friends that, and there was an iteration where Super Friends was gone, and they kind of brought it back. Cyborg was like the launch for like a new version of it. It didn't really last that long, but for that launch, it was pretty interesting. Cyborg was what would I want to say?
That was the superpowers.
Yeah, that was an interesting.
From the toys.
Remember Spider-Man and Friends?
Oh, man.
yeah, and his Super Friends.
Spider-Man and his Amazing Friends.
Amazing Friends, yeah.
Amazing Friends, that's right.
Oh, man.
But unfortunately, we also had to suffer through some bombs like Dynamut.
Oh, boy.
Burfs.
Barf.
Snorkels.
Snorkels wasn't that bad. I like the Snorkels. It wasn't that bad.
Well, I used to love watching the Hulk one, but then even as a kid, and I think we mentioned this before, you'd see Bruce Banner, no! And he always wore a brown shirt and like red pants. And even when he transformed back, he still had the brown shirt and the red pants.
Yeah.
But you know what?
Yes.
We gotta really thank Spider-Man and his Amazing Friends because that was a gateway to they introduced Iron Man in that show. They introduced X-Men in that show. And they were just brief cameos, but they introduced them. Thor in that show, Captain America in that show. You know what I mean? So it was kind of a launching pad for all these different heroes, Marvel heroes.
And I love that series because you got a whole bunch of different things with it. I mean, number one, you even had introduction of aliens, aliens that would die with the because here on Earth because because of bacteria. And then Spidey tried to go ahead and travel with them, and then the dad was like, "No, he can't come with us. He's got all the germs from Earth, so we have to send him back."
You know which villain came out in that show that would totally rule now? Remember that villain that was that came from a video game? And he adapted things from a video game?
Yeah.
Now, you take that guy with modern gaming technology now, he'd kind of be unstoppable, you know what I mean? That would be great.
Okay, all right. The video game enemy, yeah, that was really cool. But here's what's really cool about that video game enemy. He actually becomes a hero when some geek is playing the video game and he gets transformed inside the grid and he comes out and he's Video Man. He's he's doing the whole thing. I mean, it's now he's a hero.
Well, I gotta bring this up.
Now,
remember like the 80 cartoons, like Turbo Teen.
Oh God, yes.
Oh yes, getting
yeah.
him warm turned him into a car.
Yeah,
I
that was
like
the
the
one with the
robot
red
chicken.
car, right?
Remember the robot chicken one? He gets
Yeah.
drunk and he transforms into the car.
His best friend and his girl in the
Oh,
backseat
yes.
of him.
Okay. But here's the thing. You cannot talk about the 80s without one of the most important shows of all from the 80s, for me at least. One that went ahead, and I definitely wanted the main tanks and the, well, this is going to give it away, the Veritex from it.
Ah,
You gotta talk about, you have to go ahead and talk about it. Robotech.
hmm You know, that's a vintage cartoon anime series that was back then. I mean, Carl Masick was who went ahead and got the show over here, changed the dialogue, changed everything that they were talking about, made protoculture into a fuel, even though they were really talking about culture. You know, when you were enculturate the Zentradi, they started like, oh, and they started going crazy, and they're like going, oh my God, culture and everything, and that's basically what it really was. But
What was his name? You know what? Talking about that series, my favorite episode was the one where they had I think his name was Max Sterling. He had blue hair, and he was fighting
Max
one of the Zentradi women.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah,
the
Iria.
Zentradi woman,
And
they
then
they had
and then-
that they had that like fight, in real life they had this fight and stuff like that, and then she goes through the process of shrinking, and then she plays them again in this video game, and they're doing the exact same kind of maneuvers, and that's where it dawns on her that she has to. I think she had a mission. She either had to kill the guy, or well, no, she was gonna kill the guy, but it doesn't work out that way exactly.
okay, this is what it was. I mean, she was humiliated by this Micronian pilot, and she goes ahead and goes through the micronization so that way she can go ahead and take on Max Sterling. She didn't know who it was, so she decides, okay, I'm going to go ahead and walk around town. I'm going to find this guy, and eventually she's in the video game place. She's playing it. Max sees her. He falls in love, and he decides, hey, let me get a game with her. And he goes ahead and she decides, she plays him, and she figures out, hey, this is the one I need to kill. This is the one I need to kill.
Best part of the best part of that scene that I liked was the fact that they picked the colors they were wearing on their separate vehicles. I think his was blue or something, and she picked her color. So they were setting up the foreshadowing of everything. That was great. I like that episode.
Let's bring up the other one that comes in, a personal favorite of mine, Voltron.
Ooh,
Oh
yeah.
yes, I love Voltron.
Wait a minute. Which Voltron? The cars or the lions?
The Gladiator.
both.
Nobody remembers the Gladiator.
Nobody remembers the Gladiator.
The Gladiator was a Voltron of the Middle Universe, and that you can only see now on YouTube and all like that.
Yeah.
Good.
The Cars was the Voltron of the Near Universe.
Mm-hmm.
And
Well,
then
I remember the
Lion
the
one was
toys.
of the Far Universe.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the lions, especially I always liked the idea that the desert one was here. I think that Voltron is here. I love that. That was one of my favorite kind of connections to the Voltron. Like, I'm gonna go look out in the desert and see if I can find it. I bet you it's somewhere.
You know what? Here's the worst part. If I came up to a robot that had hands that roared, I'd be freaked out.
I gotta ask the same thing. Why hasn't Hollywood made a Voltron live-action movie?
It was supposed to happen.
Well, so was the Robotech one.
Ago, and then all of a sudden you didn't hear it. It was announced at San Diego Comic-Con.
And then there was also the Robotech
3 years ago.
Again, yeah. I mean, now today's technology. I mean, looking at Pacific Rim, looking at Godzilla, it could be done.
Easy.
Yeah. Especially Robotech. There's so much stuff in Robotech that can be done. Much less Voltron as well. I mean, at least Japan did it for Star Blazers, and I like that.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
yeah.
Star Blazers movies was awesome. I had a lot of fun watching that.
Yeah. Now, Now watching, this is what I hear. This is rumor and everything, that I've heard that yes, they were working on Robotech, and that Leonardo DiCaprio wanted to go ahead and be in it or something like that. I don't know how true this is. I would like some verification on this. I would like to
I
hear something
would.
about this.
He actually turned
I
down a role in the new Star Wars, I think it was, in order to go ahead and go into it. But as far as I know, it fell through. It's one of those projects that, it's like the new Dune film. They talked about it and then all of a sudden dropped off from the face of the earth.
Sometimes, and again, our viewers who talk to us at the conventions and all that, they ask us about this movie. That sometimes movies are like this close to happening. I mean, there was a Halo movie this close to happening.
Yeah.
There was a Grand Theft Auto movie that was just, again, really, really almost happens, and then deals just fall apart, and they don't have
Yeah,
that.
that happens with one
and
of
you know what?
the Superman movies too.
Oh yeah, I mean, we almost had Nicolas
Nicolas Cage.
And you
playing
know what?
Superman.
Sometimes I have to be the devil's advocate and say, sometimes it's good it falls through. I wish the Ninja Turtles had fallen through.
Please
I
don't
think-
bring back that memory.
Well, I'm going to say that I'm glad the Superman movie didn't happen, but watching the trailer for the documentary that they're going to make about what happened to that movie, I'm kind of curious now of what it was going to be like.
Yeah.
Well, it looks. I mean, stage design and just the costumes look amazing, dude. They did an amazing job on just that.
Yeah, but Tim Burton does not do good sci-fi. That's the issue, and it was going to be him. Same thing, like the He-Man movie was this close to happening according to some sources, and then again, it just falls
Really?
through.
Oh, I was
I
looking
beg to
forward to
differ
that.
with you, man. I beg to differ with you. Mars Attacks was a wonderful film. I love that film.
For what it's
Okay,
worth.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that one. But Planet of the Apes sucked.
Yeah. And he was
Hey,
rewatching it.
Hey, I'll agree with that. But so did Batman 2.
Well,
I hated
Batman
that film.
too.
Nah.
I liked it. That
Yeah, I
sounds
liked
good.
it.
No.
I like
No.
Catwoman.
What they did to the Penguin was horrific.
Good. I like him being horrific.
That's
Well,
not
I like
Penguin.
Now
He's
here's
gonna
something
eat
again.
raw
Here's
food.
something
yeah,
I want to bring up. I
dude.
want to switch up because time's running a little short on us. We talk about 80s and all that. I want to talk about one. We had Transformers come back. He-Man is technically here. I mean, G.I. Joe is here. One that I still wish would come back in toys and in a cartoon and all that.
Huh?
Mask. You guys
Yeah.
remember Mask?
I'm surprised no toy company has picked up Mask.
You
I
think
know,
Mattel with
that's
Hot
really
Wheels
good.
and all that would be, would jump at that?
How would you rework the concept to bring them back? I mean, what would you do?
I would
Secret
make again.
agency.
It was Mask versus Venom. Venom would be again a terrorist organization out to
Was it Venom or Mayhem?
No,
No,
it was Venom.
Miles
Mayhem.
Mayhem was the bad guy.
Mayhem, wasn't it?
Miles
was Mayhem,
Mayhem was
wasn't
the bad guy.
Oh,
Venom
but
was
the
something like
organization was-
vehicles
Oh,
or
okay.
something. It was Mask versus Venom, and again, I would have it that they have it's like urban warfare. They're fighting a secret war out in the public and all that, but again, they don't want anybody to know, so they create these covert vehicles.
Ooh, that's a good
See?
concept. That
Mhm.
is a good concept.
Yep. And they have
As long
these
as you don't
special
bring
masks.
that R2D2 ripoff.
That's the only thing that you would have to keep away from it. You know what? The R2D2 ripoff. And he was like a motorcycle or something, and he even said
Like a
that.
scooter.
All right. Our time is running a little short. Kelly, do you want to talk about where you're going to be at and what you're looking forward to over there?
Well, I know I'm going to be there the weekend. I will be dressed as Galactic Protector Shira on Saturday, walking around. I am looking forward to the Thundercats panel and the G.I. Joe panels. Those are two that I'm really, really looking forward to. I'm big into the 80s cartoons.
And we
And
lost
just
her.
having a good old time. And I'm hoping, hey, I can't help it.
We don't blame you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we blame your shoddy internet.
Well, I can't help it. Everyone around is probably watching the Derek Jeter last game on their internet connections.
All right. Well, Kelly, again, I hope you have fun this weekend and take plenty of pictures. Tell Joel Hodgson thumbs up for us, and have fun at that. It sounds like it's going to be a blast.
Tell him we love
yeah.
him.
Yes.
He's
And
our
I know
founder.
you guys are going to have
Tell
fun
him
at
to
your
friend us
con
on
next
Facebook.
weekend.
Tell him to friend us on Facebook.
Actually, we need more of an intimate relationship. Tell them to enemy us on Facebook.
I'm
A
surprised they
restraining
don't
order.
have an enemy button on Facebook.
Oh, imagine if
wait,
we did.
Yeah.
We have too many followers on that one, I think.
All right, we got to get going.
Okay.
right.
Okay.
See you next week.
All right, see you guys.
Next week.